Today I want you to consider your life and its effect on other people. If you were to die today, how would they remember you?
My running career has continued to get more interesting. From catastrophic accidents to breakout races, this season is set to be a wild one. I'm also beyond excited to document my 3 fellow captains' journeys as they attempt to reach big goals in their final cross-country seasons. And with that being said, it's showtime.
The Greeks said, what you do in life echoes in eternity. So you have to make an impact on the world. Don't just let life happen.
After revealing how my season went, I ended my last documentary stressing the importance of throwing out limits. This idea has been around in sports for a while and has been echoed by Sean Brosnan, former head coach of one of the best high school cross-country teams in history.
It's like the only reason why I think we don't do anything in life is because I think we set our boundaries.
That theme still reigns true now and has led me to make some pretty big goals. The plan is to 1. Win state, 2. Run under 1440 in the 5K, and 3. Qualify for NXN. With these big goals in mind, my season is already underway. Today, I'm going for a 10-mile long run, trying to progress from 640 down to 510. But before I head to Rice Creek, allow me to reintroduce you to my teammates.
My name is Max Abramson. I'm a senior. My PR is 1740 in the 5K. I'm coming off a difficult track season, so I'm motivated and ready to compete.
My name is Owen Zupancic, and I'm going my senior year of high school. My current 5K PR is 1648.
My name's Aaron Brown. I'm going to be a senior next year. My last cross-country season PR was a 1739.
My goal this year is to have sub 17 in the 5K, and I really want to run at state.
For this upcoming cross-country season, my goal is to go sub 16 and come hard, fast, and strong to the finish.
Track season was a little difficult. I didn't hit my goals. So for this cross-country season, I'm hoping to run mid-17s, 1730s, and maybe help my team go to state.
See, I wanted someone like you with me. See, I wanted someone like you with me all of my life. You see, I needed someone like you.
That run has me really excited for this season and for my teammates since everyone talked positively about their run. On the 5th, I did 10 miles steady with Elliot, a former teammate of mine, while he roller skied behind me. I averaged 5:37, completing my last hard long run before my teammates and I head to Whitewater State Park for a tough 5 days of training and sports.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning. We're about to do the Fire Tower run, 5-6 miles. Then we get to climb to the top. You'll get some footage from that. But it's been going great. A little lacking on sleep, but it's amazing. Why would you say it twice?
I know, it riddled me that.
We just finished up our Fire Tower run. We're currently at the top.
6,000 feet of elevation. I don't feel a thing.
But when we get back, getting some pancakes.
Okay, so at Whitewater this year we've been doing a little team-to-team contest, but starting anyways, on Monday we did a double. We started with a 6-mile run to the town. That was progression. We ate at the cafe. It was fun. After that, we literally played soccer that night, and Robert's team won with the upsets because of a penalty kick that was not fair. It was literally cheating. Well, actually, the score right now is 2-2 because I just got absolutely thrashed in volleyball. It was horrible. But yesterday we had a crazy comeback in softball, absolutely demonic. It was down 3-12, and we got it 19-14 or something. It was insane. And we also thrashed you today in pickleball. It was literally 4-0.
And then today in volleyball, what happened?
We smoked their pack. We won all 3 sets.
No, let's not talk about this.
Okay, so don't make my head like really big, but then put me on the right side of the frame.
Yeah.
All right, so we got done with our 11-mile long run. We ran from Fountain to Lanesboro. Average was 5:33. I ran with some guys, ran with Owen, who did really well. He was 5:49 average, almost set his PR in the 5K. It was a slight downhill, but overall it was a pretty good run. Ran with some guys from other teams. Feeling really good. We got 1 day left of Whitewater, but overall it's been great. See you guys tomorrow.
What the frick, Robert? That was not even close. You were going for the clip, did not get it.
I'm gonna stop saying stuff out loud right now. He's not a beetle. Why are they talking about Volkswagen?
Alright guys, tough loss for the Purple Thunder. We were going into the football game, had to win to stay in it, you know. Went out of the gate, went down 35-0, middle of the second half. We decided to make a comeback, not enough. 21-35 final.
If I was there, we would have won.
Max was hurt. We could have won if we had Max, but we couldn't have because he was hurt.
Alright, so how was Whitewater overall?
It was a mega giga dub. It was amazing. Y'all know it was lit. You should have been there. All 1,000.
Whitewater was great. It was both a solid week of training and a great time with the team. It was also the first official week of practice, which leaves me with 2 things left to do. First, our team and our chances at qualifying for state. I fill up the number 1 spot with Owen in 2nd, Aaron's younger brother Jake in 3rd, Aaron in 4th, Max in 5th if he gets healthy, and our 6th and 7th spots up for the taking by our younger guys. When it comes to state, it won't be easy. Mounds View is coming into the season as one of the top teams in the state, meaning they'll automatically take the number 1 spot at sections. From here, we have to beat Osseo and Maple Grove, which are both ranked ahead of us going into the season. Nonetheless, we looked great at Whitewater, and it will most definitely be a close battle. And second, our schedule. We're starting off with a 2 mile, then a 5K under the lights, followed by the Midwest Premier early season meet, an overnight trip, conference, sections, state, and NXR, with the goal of making it out to Oregon for NXN. If any of you have run under the lights before, it just makes for a fun atmosphere, and I'm glad it became a part of our cross-country season. Partly due to this new feel, I and my teammates were able to run some fairly quick early season times. It saw Owen in our number 2 spot, Jake in 3rd, followed by Aaron, Lucas, Max, and Jonas. Unfortunately, this meet also reinforced that our road to state is going to be incredibly tough. While we beat Maple Grove by 28 points, Champlain Park, another team in our section, beat us by 19. Nonetheless, it was close and will only get closer when it comes time for sections. And now, it's time for another matchup against Osseo. They beat us by just 6 points at the Rosemount Invite, so we're trying to make our record 1-1 at the Roy Grieg Invitational.
Shibley out of Wichita Trinity Academy in Kansas, a senior NAU commit. He goes to Roy Grieg and he wins the race, 15:23.9 for 5K, a 194 speed rating, breaks the decade-old Roy Grieg course record of 15:30.8. You know, pretty solidly there, shaving about 7 seconds off that mark. And again, though, too, like, I think the other thing to take away from this is, like, yeah, Shibley won the race, but there were 2 other guys behind him that also broke the previous course record, right? That's Sam Scott in 2nd and then Robert Mechura in 3rd. They finished 2nd and 3rd in 15:25 and 15:28.
When it comes to our team status, we were able to beat Osseo by 43 points and 3 places, despite them also having a front runner in such a big race. This is an exciting development, proving that we have the capability to make an impact at sections. Nonetheless, Champlain is still 1-0 against us, so who knows what'll happen.
Welcome back to the vlog, guys. You know it's your boy Matt.
He's trying to.
Energy is high, if you can't tell. It's not even cold. Cold's the mentality. We know that. We've been through that. But we're excited to race, and then we got a little fun coming after you. We'll come back to that.
Finished the race. Actually, for all of you out there, remember I said my goal this season was going to be like mid-17s, around 17:10. So, new goal, break 17. It was good for me. The team-wise, it wasn't fantastic because we didn't have Owen, so we were 11th out of 24.
Why don't we have Owen?
Owen's got a little calf problem right now, so we're just resting him up, so he's good for sections. So now we're just gonna fool around a little bit, wait for dinner, go to Walmart, get some sugar cookies. Not me though. I'm on a cut. So going.
Despite running harder than I had planned, I'm happy with how close I was to my PR without going all out, especially since the course was fairly hard. And now, moving past Alexandria and our conference meet, it's time for the last section preview. Mounds View is dominant as expected, and Maple Grove has surprisingly turned around since Metro, narrowly beating Champlin in another regular season meet. However, they then followed that up by losing to both Osseo and Champlin in their conference meet. Since we're 1-1 with Osseo, but have a more recent win, we're currently sitting in third. The battle for second is honestly too close to call though, with this graphic showing which team has the fastest first, second, third, fourth, and fifth man by times. We're going to have to perform perfectly if we want to make our fourth straight appearance at state a reality, so let's see how it goes. '23 sections, is not a storybook ending. Our team is simply lacking in depth, and it's hard to always expect perfect races from our top guys. This has certainly been a factor in our back and forth, inconsistent results this year, and today we just paid for that weakness a little harder. So unfortunately, the state streak is over, but we'll be back. I think our chance next year is stronger than the one we had this year, and hopefully this is just a little hiccup in that legacy that we're building. And now, before I transition to the state meet, it's time for me to check in with Aaron and Max to see how they finished out their senior seasons. So both of your seasons turned out very different. Aaron, you wanted to run under 17:30 and qualify for state. It seems like this was a season of surprises for you, both positive and negative, so take me through that. Max, your goals going into the season were to run under 17 in the 5K and qualify for state. Take me through the season and where it's left you.
It started off good. It was summer running. I put in a lot of miles, and that was leading up to Whitewater. And Whitewater was great. We had a bunch of long, fun runs, but on the last day, my shin started hurting, and that ended up putting me out for 2 weeks. And I had missed the first meet, which was Irish.
The season started with Rosemount, sub 11 going into that race. That was my goal, and I think I ran an 11:10 possibly.
Finally got in the mood of the regular season, started running, putting in miles, and I had a really great first race. It was 5K at Metro. Got under 18, which was great. I was really scared. That wasn't with my injury and everything.
Metro went really well. I ran a 17:10, so I got that goal right away. So underestimated myself a little bit.
Then moving on, we had Griak, which we don't really have to talk about, but it was really fun. I love running with 1,000 other kids. It sounds like an earthquake when it starts.
Harder course. I wasn't expecting too much from that race. What I was really more looking forward to after running that 17:10 was breaking 17. It was kind of my new goal after that.
Alexandria was great. Had a fun race. It wasn't a PR, but the team had fun. It was awesome because it's out in Alexandria, and we get to stay over the night after, play some golf.
Going in a conference, everyone knows it's a fast course. Some people say it's short. But if that was the race to break 17, that was it. So I'd say that was the high of my season, was breaking 17 there. I ran a 16:53.
At conference, I finally get a PR. That's what I've been waiting for the whole year. I feel like I was really off pace with the injury at the start of the season. Felt great to PR. The team did good. Then in sections,
that leads me into the low of the season. We did not go to state.
I know I probably wasn't going to get my PR that I really wanted, which was sub 17, but I really wanted to run as state. And the whole team tried our hardest. It was going to be rough.
I didn't beat the Osseo kids I needed to beat. Our 5 didn't beat the Osseo kids we needed to beat. So team-wise, it wasn't great. We sent Robert and Nolan, but I'd say that was a low for me.
And we ended up not getting it, which was really sad.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. From 1974 through 1990, the University of Minnesota's Les Bolstead Golf Course hosted the State Boys and Girls Cross Country Running Championships. The Minnesota State High School League is excited to return here in 2023.
I knew going in that the 2023 State Cross Country meet would be a pivotal moment for me. It was my first chance to reach one of my 3 big goals. And in many ways, it feels like the peak of my season, with NXR and NXN just being extensions of that high point. The night before the race, I reflected on my running career. I realized that since I started running, I've been one of the top Minnesotans for my age. But with this knowledge, I developed an issue. It became so easy for me to give in at the end of races because I knew I was still one of those top young kids. I may have been comparatively fast on paper, but I didn't have that competitive drive. I kept thinking, oh, I have more time. These guys are older than me. Why not just wait until it's easier? Even leading up to state, I got the urge to push my current goals onto my senior year, knowing the competition would be lighter. But then during my senior year, I could say, oh, I have college to finally, truly compete. But at what point do I look back and realize I wasted years waiting and waiting to be great? So that night, I decided I was going to make a change. That change starts here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 champion of the Class 3A boys race had a time of 15 minutes, 4.2 seconds. He's from Roseville Area High School, Robert Mechura. There you have them, ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Class 3A Boys Individual State Champions.
I'm extremely happy and thankful for this experience, but I also know it's just another stepping stone to bigger and better things. Next up is NXR, where I'll be looking to accomplish my final 2 goals. It's also Owen's last chance to reach his goal of sub 16, so I'll be sure to check in with him after the race.
Final moments of reflection here from South Dakota as the racers go to the line. The gun fired, the racing is underway in the boys championship race, Nike Cross Regionals Heartland. Robert Mechura of Roseville Running Club now beginning to close the stretch a little bit as well. He's there in the red, just ahead of Shively. 3 alongside each other, Mechura, Putz, and Scott. Gonzalez had game on, the junior trying to win this one in the closing stretches. Putz back in the lead, Mechura still there. And at the line, Mechura's gonna get it.
Holy cow, right to the wire right there.
That was a really inspiring race. Is there anything that you would want to tell kids who maybe didn't have a great day today to kind of boost their confidence?
Last year, the week before I came to this meet, I ran at the state meet and I lost my shoe and didn't put it back on, and I had to run on like a mile's worth of gravel. I was limping through it, finished like 30 spots behind what I wanted to do, and because of that I didn't get in the championship race. Ran in the open and just ran my own race, and then it shows that there's a road ahead and that you can keep moving. There's more races to do. You always have a little bit more time, so just stay positive.
Owen, it's a pleasure to sit down with you to talk about your season today. You were a strong number 2 for us the entire year, but that wasn't without its struggles. Take me through your highs and lows.
So this year started off with Whitewater, and that went pretty well, I think. I had some pretty good runs there, some pretty good workouts. I thought I was shaping up to do pretty good. Went into Irish and had a alright race there, placed in the top 10, and then we went over to Metro. That was definitely my favorite race of the season. It was just a cool experience to be race under the lights, and it's just a new thing. Griak was a little bit of a tough course, but I had an alright race, and then after that we did a long run, and that's sort of when things went downhill a little bit. Robert got us lost, so we ended up going 13 miles, I think it was. Maybe. The next week my calf started to bother me a ton and just had some problems with it, and because of that I ended up having to miss Alexandria, which was tough because that's always a fun race to do. And it was my senior year, so it was my last time to run it. Coming back for conference, I was coming back from the calf injury, still a little bit of like tweaks and pains, but I had a pretty good race, a PR, 16:06 I think it was, so it was 6 seconds off my goal for the season. But overall, I think I felt like I was behind in where I wanted to be because of my injuries. Going into sections, I had a little bit of a slower time, but it was alright. I got 6th in section, calves are feeling better, and then I did qualify for state. State meet was a little bit of a tough course, and I just wasn't engaged the whole time, so I didn't have the best race and best outcome that I wanted. So I hadn't hit sub 16 yet, and then going into NXR, that was my last opportunity to hit sub 16, and I got 16 flat, 0.08, so I was just barely off. A little mad about that, but still very close to my goal.
As you may be able to tell, I'm starting to wrap up some of the storylines of this documentary. This leaves just nationals and my final thoughts. Obviously, I can't perfectly encapsulate this trip, since the focus of the weekend was not content, but instead enjoying the experience in racing. Still, I'll showcase the footage that was mostly filmed by Manny, who you'll meet in a second, and I'll do my best to fill in the gaps along the way.
2023 NXN. Let's go Heartland, boys!
Wait a second. Is this a track?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Track in the woods?
No.
He hasn't heard of like anything. Oh. I think we should do the loop and then come back and do strides.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to head over there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna film you running too. You gotta be in it.
Yeah, you gotta be in your own vlog. like a runny day, they just...
The first day consisted mainly of travel, getting our run in, and a lot of ping pong. Like, a lot of ping pong. And now that we had a general feel for the trip, we were on to day 2, where we got a good pre-meet run-in. Despite accidentally going on the course too early and getting yelled at, we were feeling ready for race day. I want to change things up, and there's some copyright issues that prevent me from using live race footage, so I'll be breaking this race apart piece by piece. I think providing more commentary will work out better though, because there's a lot to discuss. First of all, Manny and I fell the second the gun went off. Unlike me, Manny took this jarring event and went with a much better strategy. Instead of working his way up through the pack, he veered to the outside towards fresher ground and was able to move up to 61st by the 1K mark. I was in 112th. It was around this time that I noticed I was next to Daniel Simmons, the favorite in the race. His team's box was next to ours, so it was clear that neither of us got a good start. I knew he would be moving up aggressively the whole race, so I made it my mission to stick with him. We continued moving up the pack, which was extremely difficult. The guys at the front were running on the freshest ground, and as more people trampled through, the conditions got worse and worse, making it harder and harder for anyone at the back to not slip with every step. To show you just how slippery it was, I pulled my phone out for the girls' race, which was after ours, and wasn't even recording for 20 seconds before I caught someone wiping out. Over time, I moved up to 65th, then 23rd, and finally 20th at the line. Despite catching so many people, I walked away from that race feeling extremely disappointed. I'm not here to make excuses though, since Sam and Manny also faced the same horrible conditions and were able to place 5th and 12th. And with that, I don't have much more to say other than this was a major learning experience. I'm really happy for Sam and Manny, and this does nothing but leave me motivated for the future. I opened this documentary saying that this season was set to be a wild one, and I have to say that couldn't be more true. I not only accomplished all of my personal goals for the first time, I think, ever, but I won my region, our team was just outside of making state, Aaron smashed his goal by 37 seconds, Max missed his by a similar margin, and Owen was less than a second from reaching his. It was full of, in my opinion, so many entertaining surprises, and I'm glad I got to share this journey with you all. This season has taught me to expect the unexpected and to take things as they come. Had I doubted my own capabilities at NXR, I would not have won. I mean, I wasn't the favorite. Similarly, Aaron was fitter than he thought and adjusted his goals accordingly so that he could continue to push himself. This season was obviously not perfect, given that we missed state, battled through some injuries, and missed some goals, but I think it was about as perfect as anyone could have asked for. I hope you take this documentary that I've spent months and months working on as motivation for yourselves and your own running journeys. I, of course, cannot wait to show you what I and my team do this track season. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. And now, it's time to break some things.